Marco Perazzo and Tim Carpenter, the podcast for the true martial artist.
Tim's going to be teaching the first half. I'm going to be teaching the second half of the seminar. We're going to leave time at the end for any questions. If you have a question that's related or not related to the techniques that we show, so it doesn't matter, all right? And we will be sending you an email after the seminar, just like a thanks with a couple links for some things that we're doing, but we'll get to that at the end of the seminar. So pass it off to the big fella, my equal partner in podcasting.
Okay, thanks everybody for coming to my seminar. So we're going to start with an escape from the knee on belly. So we're going to start from this position, but this sort of idea and technique you can use from a lot of different escape positions. Okay, so from a knee on belly position, I want to put one hand under the ankle and one hand under the armpit. Right. So the goal here is just to get him to put his hands on the mat. So when I bump, I just want his hands to go to the mat. Then all I do is I'm going to bring my bottom knee into his hip, and my right foot's going to come in under his butt. Right, and this will get you, depending on his reaction, sit to this hip. He sits to that hip, we'll usually end up with the knee bar. So that's what we're looking for first. A lot of times the guy with a knee on belly, he's holding like this. So it makes it fairly easy for your hands to go into position. So this one shoots under the arm and under the leg. And both your arms are safe in this position. There's no arm bar he can do to you from here. He could get you from here, but if you're here, you're safe. Right? And again, the goal here is to just bump and try to guide his hands to the mat, sort of above your head, like that. Right? This knee comes inside, the other one comes around the butt cheek. Right? Roll up under your shoulder, and then you should have the leg already in position. Your hands in position, just cup the heel and hip into the knee. Right? You can also pass your arm over. This is much stronger. We'll work on a couple different reactions that he can get from there. But like I said, it's very simple. The first step, when the guy's here, one hand on the ankle, one hand on the armpit. Don't worry about spinning or inverting or anything. Just worry about lifting your hips and guiding his hands to the mat above your head. Like that. All right? Then you just do like a leg lift. One other thing you can do from here. Let's say he's up. He has his arm like it's not connected to you, okay? So from there, if he's wearing a gi, you just pull on the gi. Same thing. Right. Everybody got it? Sir. 1, 2, 3. So the biggest mistake people are making is you're trying to throw the person sort of toward your feet. Right? And you're like, when you're bumping, you're not doing anything with your arm. Okay, so I want to get his hands to the floor, sort of above my head. I mean, it'll work over here, but ideally, when I lift my hips up, he shouldn't fall that way. Okay, especially if my hands under here. When I bump, I'm guiding I'm just kind of bringing my arms above my head, like that. And see, I have his leg is pinned to my chest. So now when I spin, as I walk, you see how his leg extends? Then I just bring my knee in the bottom, and my foot comes over the top. Okay? So, for Marco, what he should never do when you're being a partner is just fall over, like onto his back. It's very unrealistic. Right? See how Marco's holding his balance up? This is what normally happens. People react and try to hold their balance and stay on top. Right? So, when you scoop a leg, like I said, you can grab the collar or go under the arm here. But when you bump your hips, bring both your arms, guide his hands above your head, like this. And if you need to, just walk your hips. See how I have control of his leg? And watch, as I move my head away, his leg will extend. All right, and then my knee comes under, and this one comes over. I'm just connecting my heel to my knee. Right? And then I plant my knees and push my hips in. Okay, got it? 1, 2, 3. First one is when I go, and I bump to here. As I go, he slides it. Put your knee on the floor. This knee. He puts the knee on the floor. Okay? So, when this happens, what I want to do is I'm going to bring this knee in tight, and this foot comes over and kicks through. Right? So I'm going to shoot my leg over and through, and now this is completely illegal in IBJJF. In most places you train gi, but it doesn't matter. Okay? Still works. So, throw my leg over. Now I have the triangle on the inside of the leg. Now I just want to like take the foot and just push it to my armpit, catch the heel,
Tap.
and you have a very nasty heel hook here.
Notice I'm tapping with my mouth because my hands are stuck, so please do the same.
Okay, so as you bump, person on top's gonna sort of slide the knee to the floor here. Okay, so I walk my knee in right behind his knee. I throw my foot over his butt and inside. Okay, and I'm controlling the end of the foot. Okay, don't try to hold his whole leg. Hold on to the foot. You can cup the heel and the toe. You can just kind of hold like this. Just hug the foot really tight. Once you throw your foot and kick it in deep, and lock a figure 4, and then from here you're just gonna pass his toes under your armpit. You can change all your. When I bump, he sits to this hip, and I lose the knee bar. If you don't have the knee bar, you're just gonna end up in like a 50-50 position. And I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this, but now you're in 50-50. So you have to, if you know what to do from here, do it. If you don't, I'm not gonna show you today. All right? But you're safe. And you're out of the knee on belly. That's the main point of this, is even if you don't get any of this stuff, you create this reaction. Even if he breaks free, you escape, okay? So one more time for the heel hook. I bump. The knee that I have control of slides to the floor, okay? Again, you walk if you want to, bring your knee in tight to his knee. Top foot comes over. Lock the triangle, keep a hold of the foot. Pass the toes under your armpit. And then lock the heel hook. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Use this same idea of getting your hands into this position. And another thing is, you don't always have to get under the ankle. Okay? You can also do this over. So another time this comes in handy is when you have a guy that's running around your guard. Okay, so I immediately get my hands in position. And again, when you put your hand, come to the side here. If I go to push on his chest, try to underhook, he's got a lot of options here. If I shoot my hand across his body, he has way less options, okay? So now what I want is the person on top, he's gonna throw the legs by and step in tight, like this. Not knee on belly, just like you're starting to come around to the side here. So you can catch the person before they're able to get to knee on belly. As I'm keeping him away here, I just hook under the leg, and it's the same idea. Except now I don't have as much, start to come down. As he comes down, I can bump and get the hands to the mat. All right, stand back up. If you're a little bit more flexible, you can enter into it. Like if you're good at inverting, you can enter into this stuff while the guy's standing. Or you can let the guy sort of start to drop his weight, and as he drops his weight, you get him into position. So now we're just gonna do it as the person moves around. You can also hit this if he's on his knees. He's coming in tight, but you have a good amount of space between you. He hasn't solidified the side mount position. And do the same thing, start to come forward. As he comes forward, I bump. And get right back into it, okay? So let's try it from standing, and also from when the person, before they solidify the side mount. So it won't work if the guy's like this. It'll definitely not work. But if you have this, if you're fighting to get back to the guard, and you feel him driving into you, and I can guide his hands above me like that, you'll be able to hit it. All right? 1, 2, 3.